Hey guys, and welcome back to Refactorissimo with Arumba, who's actually helping me out with AAI instead of just complaining about it.
Yeah, well, it is kind of fun. So there's something. We just researched sticky notes, which there's two ways you can do it. Now that we have it, you can Alt-W on any entity, and you can create a sticky note, which is what I did. Or you can actually place an actual physical sticky note on the ground and then use that as like a pin. The only drawback, I labeled the combinator, the decider combinator on the right, and if you move it with picker, the clock stays where it was. And also, I think this was a bug that Magma McFry found, was that if you like destroy the entity via something other than like a pickup or destroy command, like that, the clock would be there forever, no matter what. So, okay, caution. Yeah, so I don't know what you prefer using. I don't know the actual sticky notes themselves, or actually just labeling entities. But I really like the sticky notes mod. So on to the next section, hauler controller. We're going to hijack T from our clock, right, and use it instead of this one. Yep, but we should probably make the haulers a bit more intelligent as well, because they're not very smart. Yeah. So are we good to strip this clock? Yeah, just pull it off. And he's still getting... Haulers will stop, but we can... Okay, so we've started losing frames again, and that's because I reattached Shooty. I wanted to see how bad it would be. And yeah, it's pretty bad. Is it on now?
No, it's off now. I just turned it off.
You try? Turn it on again? I'm at 59, 57.
Yeah, I just watched the programmable structures just go from like 2 to 8.
At 8? It's at 8 for you right now? I'm at 3.
Yeah, mine was rapidly increasing.
Okay, so these are... Just trying to make sense. So you've consolidated this all in for reasons. I just want to make sure I can see the damn wires. If we're going to use like a T that is like a factory T controller that like kind of runs the whole thing, and we can use it to adjust timings and stuff, we should probably make sure it's always hooked up to the electrical poles as well. So we can like check it and just make sure that it's... Because like you can't hover over the back end of a decider combinator and see the T value that's being sent into it right now. Which is sort of weird. Input signal 20, but it doesn't show the T. Even though it's definitely getting a T value.
Oh, is it? I don't think it is, mate.
Oh, did you disconnect it?
No, you just didn't connect it. It is now.
Oh, okay. Derp. Okay, so... I don't know. We can do however you want. If it were me, I would probably like wire each of these poles together with green wire, and then send each combinator its own little bit. It's the same total amount of wire. It's just more clean to me, but it's up to you, man. Up to you, mate, as you would call me.
Mate.
Apparently I'm your mate. Whatever that means.
It means that we have sex for the needs of procreation.
Like that hauler? That hauler that was trying to make...
People didn't get to see the hauler. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's because you deleted him. You fixed it.
I moved him. I fixed him. I stopped him having sex with the miner.
No, not the miner. One of our haulers was shagging an assembly machine. We think he was trying to procreate.
I think that's probably one of my favourite quotes from the series so far, is I've got to stop this hauler having sex with that miner.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Well, yeah, like nothing should have sex with miners.
So, why are the okay, I'm getting more into the combinator type stuff. Okay. We basically ignored research and production and stuff in the factory. Yeah. Oh well. But so I was running around
fixing stuff that haulers had been crashing into.
You basically did this like the whole last session anyway. So why are there so many more combinators on this side than there were for the miner controllers? And how can we make this better?
Alright, so these I'm not a big fan of the way that these work right now.
You've got a zone scanner, unit scanner, pair, it looks like, for each. So is this just a setup to control what?
I think what we should do right now is...
You have 9 though.
Grab one of them. And then we'll have a look at that somewhere else.
Yeah, okay. Well, the game's running well, so that's good.
Yeah. So let's dunk this here.
You see how much faster the nanobots are getting?
Yeah.
I've been doing the tech for them. I don't know why mine aren't working right now. Oh, I have my damn gun selected because I was shooting a chest.
My nanobot stuff because I have no iron.
I have
Do
some.
you have any iron right now? Oh, you've got iron?
No, actually, I used it all apparently. Autocraft was Handy Hands was going nuts.
Why you do this? Why you do this, Angel? Why did you change what iron plate looks like?
You don't like it? It grows on you. I like it. The only one I don't like is steel. Steel looks really weird. This is steel over here. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
That looks like plastic to me, but
yeah,
it's all pretty and shiny though. It does grow on you.
Man, I'm so used to the way it looks vanilla. Why not just like... Why not make your stuff look vanilla?
Because he doesn't want to make it look vanilla. Anyway, the best...
Nice.
A little bit more of a repository on the hopper's a good idea. Anyway, so, okay, we're working. I've got so much trash.
Well, that sounds unusual for you, mate.
I know. Where?
Oh, you're just literally just dropping it into a...
I'm gonna put down a warehouse because that has more space. I'm gonna dump my whole inventory, and I'm just gonna grab the things that I actually want. Steel sounds good. Copper, iron, this. I use those sometimes. It has some junk,
but I'm just probably gonna keep them in there.
Loaders are good. Those are good.
Combinators
are being used.
I'll take the controllers and stuff out.
Yeah, I use these things as well. A little bit coal's okay. Alright. Oh,
that automatically starts in 0.15.
It does?
Yeah, it's part of picker.
I know he said it was going to be part of picker, but what do you mean? Like every time you open it, it just auto sorts?
I don't fucking know.
Because that's exactly what I was hoping it would do at some point.
Alright, so let's go through this and exactly what it does and what I want to fix.
This is one thing.
Yes.
Oh, alright.
This is pretty much the minimum you need because the top one, the top unit scanner, tells you the details for the miner. The middle one tells you the details for the hauler, and the bottom one tells you the details for the depot.
I'm just spreading things out so I can see the wires better. We're blowing it out. This one can't go any farther. That red has to go all the way up there.
Remove this and put that green wire across them so you know that that's timer.
So that's going to be our T connection. Well, let's just go ahead and hook her. Let's go grab her. Grab our T signal. Damn it, didn't reach.
Oh, do we need it right now?
No, but I mean, if we're gonna test it, maybe.
We need to get the actual logic for it isn't where it needs to be, in my opinion.
Okay, you want to handle that first?
A bit out, yeah.
Remove pull cables. Shift left mouse. I don't think I've ever used this feature, but I'm gonna do it right now. So just in case you wanted it, though, we could go that and then shift left click. And then I can bring green wire from here up to there, and there's our T.
I don't know why you've never used shift left click.
Because I don't usually mess with wires much. Anyway, so there's T, or should be T. I don't have T. I didn't actually hook it up. Never mind. There's your T. We got T.
You're just happy about this like single clock, aren't you?
Yes. It just seems better to me, because you've used, I bet, 50 to 100 constant combinators in your setup. And many of them are duplicitous. Anyway, okay, so we've got zone disk blue, which, if I remember correctly, is the indicator for sapphirite deposit.
No. Well,
it is. No, this is the drop off. This is haulers. Yeah. This is haulers. Okay, so the hauler goes to the depot, which is a big area we've indicated with the zone disk blue. Zone disk blue. We've got our T coming in, which means... Okay.
Okay, so right now the details for the hauler are getting spit out by this unit scanner in the middle. So the constant combinator in the center here is the one that gives the hauler ID.
Okay, so that's the one. So couldn't we want to make a setup that controls all haulers and tells them to go to the specific depot for the material that they have, no? Instead of having one for each. So there's a way we can ping the machine and say, hey, what's in your inventory? And then couldn't we use its data to say, oh, you've got sapphirite? All right, here's your next instruction. Go to blue disk.
Well, I feel like the better way to do it would be something along the lines of what we've got here, where it just cycles through them and gives it a ping each time to check. So as opposed to, because the way you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, let's check this guy and then decide something, but then you're having to check like each guy individually and stuff like that, whereas it's better off just ping each of them with the same logic.
Okay.
So get the logic sorted for one, and then we can sort it for many.
Is there a way we can do an if-then where we say, I know there is actually, I'm pretty sure. If hauler hasn't received an instruction in the last X seconds or X ticks, then we will consider issuing it a command. But if it's got a command, if it's had a command in the last, say, minute, then just don't do anything. Don't interact with it. Just let it go on its way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can do that. Or you can just set up your logic so that it won't do that.
I don't remember which entity or which location I saw it in. But I know I saw it somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's well, the best way to do it is if you grab a unit scanner, power it, grab a constant combinator. It's not fucking powered up here, is it? Okay, let's do that down here then. Okay. And then we'll connect that, and then you can see, if you click on the output of this unit scanner, you can see it's got a time since last command signal.
That's the exact one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But you don't like the idea of making it not?
Well, if you give it a signal anyway, I mean, you could, but in my opinion, you're better off just being like, okay, what have you got? If that is still true, then do the same thing again. If not, then whatever.
All right, so you're the commander of the Galactic Armada, and your logic is that every single X seconds, we're going to ping every single ship in the entire fleet and say, hey, are you still where you said you were before? Okay, keep doing that. You don't think that that's wasteful?
Well, your opinion, rather your method would be like, okay, let's ping every ship and see when was the last time that I said something to them.
Yeah. So your communicator, your guy who is in charge of controlling things.
You could just set that with your timer, though. You just be like, when was the last time I told them to do something? Okay, it was 10 seconds ago. Like, I will not give them it for another 10 seconds, whereas you could just set your timer to be 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds.
Right, but I'm still saying, like, you could do like an if and then. Like, if it's been more than 10, like, once every 10 seconds I try to send a command. I consider sending a command to the hauler. But if I know that I sent him a command within the last 10 minutes, don't. Because he'll already have a command. I'm probably picking, what's the term for it? I'm splitting hairs here. It probably won't make any difference on performance. I'm just thinking, like, what if we scale this bigger and we end up with 50 of these damn haulers? Then the fewer commands we're sending, the better.
Well, I think the best idea is just to get them doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, if you send a hauler a command to stay where it is, it's not going to impact performance that much. I don't think there's... I think it's going to impact performance about as much as scanning it, asking when if it's moving, and then not telling it to do something.
Okay.
You feel me?
Well, real quick. First thing, could we do this? Could we add... I'm going to say that yeah, that's fine. Let's just get them working. That's a good point. What if we do...
What I'm going to do first is I'm going to... Oh, before you...
Couldn't we do that?
Before you start farting around, I'm going to make this a bit easier to read by...
Remember, we have sticky notes.
Yeah, but still, it's easier if everything's kind of in a nice little line.
Mm-hmm.
So why... Oh, you put that.
I added that one, yeah. Okay. I was trying to consolidate the number of constant combinators because...
Well, I want to get the logic first, and then we can start consolidating.
Okay.
So currently
There.
what we've got is the hauler is getting scanned, and then it's asking if there is more than 200 sapphirite ore in the hauler, then it takes the scanned coordinates from the zone, which is this one, and then outputs them with a green signal to this.
Sorry, one more time. If the hauler or the miner? Unit ID signal 35 is who? We had to look that one up manually, so there's no way of telling what unit signal ID 35 is, right?
Yeah, so let me just I'll put hauler here on a constant combinator. Actually,
You could do that on the main.
was it? Was it
one.
control? What's the sticky note thing?
Alt W?
Alt W. That's really annoying that it's Alt.
You can change it. And annoyingly, it doesn't center it. You've got to, like, put spaces in front of it if you want to put it right below the entity or whatever, but it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah. Hauler, miner.
That is really handy, though. But why are we using a unit ID instead of the type ID?
Because I don't want it to change if one of them dies. I want it to make sure that it's that hauler all the time. You feel me?
Yeah, it's just not going to scale well.
Why?
Well, if you made it based on type ID and we have 5 haulers and 5 miners, then you could just pair them off. 1 equals 1, 2 equals 2, 3 equals 3. Like, the first miner gets the first hauler. But
what if you want a hauler going to miners 1, 2, and 3?
You want them to go between all of them? You don't want an individual vehicle?
You might do.
Well, then you could just send a command to go to the miner. Hauler unit type hauler ID 1, type ID 1. So the first hauler, issue a command to just go to whichever miner has the most resources. Just like a train, kind of.
Yeah, but what's wrong with saying hauler ID 35?
If he dies, if I wander around and see him being a derp and I pick him up and put him down again, your logic's broken because now he's got a new unit ID.
Stop picking up and putting fucking guys down.
Yeah, I'm just saying things that could happen. It will happen.
Yeah, I can imagine that's what's happened and confused most of my fucking haulers before.
A biter will kill it. It'll get run over by a train. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
A hauler, I'll be fucking impressed.
Alright, it's just...
Those things are fucking indestructible.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. Okay, so...
No, I feel like unit ID, using the actual unit ID to say, I want this specific hauler to do it, because then you've got issues with, if I tell a hauler that I only wanted to pick up sapphirite, and then another one dies, and that changes, and then say that's now going to pick up Jivalite, or is that actually a thing? Is Jivalite a thing? It sounds like a thing.
Okay, what here? Okay,
Jivalite. So, obviously I set the haulers up so that a hauler can only accept sapphirite.
Okay, but you can control what the hauler is allowed to pick up, or just not restrict what the hauler is allowed to pick up. So the hauler can pick up whatever. You can go anywhere. And here's the thing. We could create like a little flashy interface that says, hey, you have more miners than haulers. That, you know, like a big error warning. There's a problem. One of your haulers is dead, and now this task is not being covered. We could account for that.
But the issue is, like, right now we've got a couple of ore patches that are quite near each other. So if I send my hauler to, say, the Bobmonium ore patch, and he accidentally goes past the stereotype ore patch and fills up with stereotype, then I'm not checking to see, oh, do you have too much stereotype? Then go to this place. At least now. Right now we're not.
But that's where my initial thought was that we were going to create like a... Where in the hell... Do I not even have... This is why I don't put my inventory down. I lose things that I need. A freaking zone planner in here. This is why I was suggesting that we create like, you know, go here, these little that little section of 9, go down the path and just drive over every depot and drop crap off in each individual one that it's supposed to. Now it doesn't matter what they pick up.
There's a lot of green X's.
Yep, your tree removal zone scanner guy's wrong.
That's because they're in the thousands.
Wait, when you hover over them, you can tell what number they are?
No, I just know.
Oh.
I just know that we've got like thousands of trees marked.
Yeah, that zone scanner was going a bit nuts for a while there. So yeah, what do we?
Unfortunately, we've run out of time.
We're just disagreeing on stuff now.
We're disagreeing on stuff without actually working stuff out. We need to decide what our logic we want it to do, and then actually
do it your way. I'll do it your way, and I'll just keep on thinking could be done better.
All right. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Studio. He's been argumentative, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
See you soon.